Hello, everyone. Blue Star Saber here once again
Hi guys, it's me, Mangareader.
and we're here to discuss the 389th chapter and 390th chapter of My Hero Academia. Let's see where the Todoroki family drama explodes to its final inclusion and all that stuff. In which,
Whoa.
after last time we reviewed 4 chapters with Lucky Chi, this time we're reducing the 2, and this time we're not going to have him about due to the fact that, he's gone off on holiday.
Off on holiday.
Yeah. And we don't have, and I didn't really invite any of the others like Steve or James here to join us, and For Life is still missing in action.
Yep.
Let's see. To be fair, we have no idea what he's doing or how he's been, but at the moment, but for now, you do have the 2 co-hosts of My Hero Academia, at least with this stream, at least when it comes to this channel. But yeah, in which after the 4 crazy chapters of new matchups of All Might versus All for One being teased, it cuts back to the Todoroki family drama, where Shoto is about to accept Blaze. Let's see. Toya is about to set ablaze the entire area with, it appears like, Endeavor trying to stop him. Let's see. And followed by the rest of this family, like Rei, Natsu, and Fumi, all trying to stop him. But can Shoto arrive just in time with the help of Ida to try and resolve this family conflict once and for all?
Can he indeed?
But yes, but before the chapter begins, we've got one of the Koei's classic Jump Comics, let's see, front cover issue color spreads of what appears to be Uraraka facing, pretty much Uraraka versus, Toya. No, not Toya. Toga. Toga. My mistake there.
Toga.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure. It's not a bad cover, to be honest. Though, I am wondering if perhaps some of the poses that Koei has done in this Ritzy thing has caused any controversy on Twitter.
Probably not yet. I mean, not that I've seen, but I don't know. I don't actively look for controversy.
But yeah,
controversy finds me.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I never really look at, I don't really always actually see the reactions on Twitter for social media reactions, though I will admit I do find that, the most infamous Ritzy one that, of course, had a Ritzy controversy was the cover of Invisible Girl.
Yeah, it's always going to be the one controversy.
Yeah, that was arguably the most controversial colored cover spread. Let's see, in the entire series. But yeah. No, I do like how with the way Uraraka and Toga are facing each other. It's like eye to eye and all that stuff. And you've got, appears to be with Toga with what appears to be her transformation into what appears to be Twice's uniform, I believe. It's and all that stuff. But yeah, so it looks like a pretty good sort of panel between the main female hero and the main female villain of the series. But yeah. Anyway, on to your actual chapter, which is titled Assurance and Prayers, in which you're seeing Toya pretty much ready to about to cause a fiery explosion. And let's see, with the police realizing that the whole area is going to blow with the temperature rising. And let's see, realizing the explosion is inevitable as you see like trees being blown away. With like Rei, Natsu, and Fumi trying their best to use their ice quirts to stop them. As Toya thinks about how everyone is now actually in this family is actually now watching him, realizing what it's like as you see Endeavor's face being all burnt up. Think about if it was just so simple, then why is it only happening now? But you see and we sort of see like a bit of a cut to like arguably let's see the heroes battling the Toga Twice duplicates. I mean, you see the Wild Pussycat member, I believe the trans one, I believe. Let's see, I think what's
Tiger,
yeah. Tiger telling everyone to retreat as you see a bit of a panel of Uraraka, what appears to possibly be maybe, let's see, well, it's unknown if whether or not it's the actual toga she's facing, but you gotta wonder. But yeah, but as Toya's just finishing a sentence, so why couldn't they notice me sooner and all that stuff? Let's see, with you see Tetsu moving Kendo with their legs and everyone trying to evacuate while you're just seeing the young children just watching on their screen. Let's see what's going on with one of them saying, yeah, probably hinting that, let's see, Shoto and Ida's arrived. We cut to like the news reporter that once asked Endeavor, let's see, those questions back when he had to reveal everything about his family drama. And then you, of course, see the Can't You See Kid, I believe it is, or I can't recall his name, and his shark boyfriend watching us the screen as well. They're all starting to pray. Literally, yeah, you literally see everyone starting to pray and all that stuff as you just then see smoke going fast across the building, and you pretty much can tell it's Ida with like one of the Remedy Course kids saying, yeah, for sure, because after all, as you sort of see like what appears to be either running so fast that he looks like he's making a jet, or is that Todoroki making a jet?
I think it's Todoroki's ice.
Yeah, Todoroki making an ice-like jet thing with either being the speed. Let's see. As it says, we've got okay, this is translation saying we've got 5 wieners on our side, or whiners on our side.
It's wieners because he has those flasks on his belt or shoulders, so to speak.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
It's supposed to be a joke. If you'd have to go back and rewatch the Hero.
The Remedy Course arc, I take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a payoff to a joke from that long ago.
Yeah. It's what they called him because of his uniform. I'm pretty sure in Japan it translates a little. Well, maybe translates the same, but it's supposed to be probably a little different on the joke. But yeah, it's just his hero uniform. So they just decided, well, we're just gonna go with that.
Fair enough. But yeah, that is the end of the chapter. And
yep.
Yeah, it's a very quick chapter.
They've been all quick. At least just like the last one was only like, I think, 11 pages or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to look that up. I'm just saying, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, this one's 11 chapter. This one's 11 pages as well, but somehow it feels even shorter than the last few, I will admit. I'm just like, let's see. Yeah, it just, I mean, I don't even think Dragon Ball chapters was that short. And from my understanding, and from what I recall from reading the original Dragon Ball, they used to be like 13 pages long back then.
Yep.
So yeah, these ones are really short.
Yeah, clearly he's either trying to rush some stuff out or trying to hide some stuff. I don't know which.
But yeah, but honestly, it does partly feel like half a chapter here, I will be honest. Let's see, but yeah.
It probably reads better once you get the whole thing together, but yeah.
Yeah. But when you're reading it weekly, I will admit it probably doesn't really feel all that good.
Kills the hype. Yeah.
No, I will admit the art is still as impressive as ever from whatever amount of the content we get, I will admit. Kai's always been pretty good at drawing like fire in his like art style.
Yeah.
Let's see, but yeah. Let's see. But this chapter is pretty much the moment, like, the explosion! It's only happening! Too late! Everybody run! Before, the hero comes in and saves the day.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, which is fine, but I think the most notable character moment here is just pretty much Toyo realizing that his family is now actually, for the first time ever, is actually noticing him and all that stuff. It's like they're now giving him the attention that he's long crazed, but it's like, it's kind of too late, as he acknowledges that.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty good, but yeah. You see, granted, I find it interesting that Koei decided to have a bit of like the Toya, bit of the shows, a few panels of Twice with Uraka, which I think is clear that after this family drama, we're not going to cut back to like All Might versus All for One. We're actually going to go to the fight that's probably been off screen for the longest in this entire war arc.
Yeah.
Uraka versus Twice.
Yep. That's what you would think the cover would be hinting at, yes.
Yeah, which does seem to be the case. But granted, do you feel like this cover would be saved for when you actually get to that fight? But yeah.
Koei doesn't... Well, covers don't have rhyme or reason.
Yeah, most covers don't really. They usually end up just being a fun thing for the mangaka to draw. Sometimes they might give hints for like a future power-up or development, depending on which one you're looking at.
Right.
I mean, that's what many people do, try to analyze when it comes to Oda's like One Piece or double-colored spreads. No, I will admit, Oda does probably what I think is the most clever in the cover spreads, is that using a sort of side story for other characters within the One Piece world, which you just see one page of of some sort of adventure they're doing. Like after like Whole Cake Island, you had like the Beige Mafia family, pirate family, trying to find his wife's twin sister Lola from like Thriller Bark, or
that's funny.
Like the recent color spread where you had the Germa 66's Germa 66's aftermath from the Whole Cake Island arc, as they how they escaped, rescuing like how they end up rescuing the siblings that were left behind. How Caesar Clown sort of was to come along with them, and how him and Judge end up teaming up with Neo Mads against Vegapunk, in which we learned quite a bit of Vegapunk's backstory with Mads during that whole cover spread thing, which sort of tied in very well to the current events of Egghead. But those are examples of what I'm saying that Oda does. But yeah,
I'm sure every One Piece fan listening to a My Hero Academia podcast is very much applauding you right now.
but Koei mostly just likes to do homages to comic book covers.
Well, since you brought it up, with how short these chapters are, I don't even know if we should necessarily grade it as just the chapter itself, but as a whole, with going into the next one.
Yeah, probably right. I mean, so yeah.
I mean, you could grade this one if you wanted to, but I think it just works if it's. The way I see it working is if we just review 3390 with it, but
yeah, I definitely say that this one probably at best reviewed with like the other chapter. Otherwise, I'd be giving it something like a 5 or a 6.
Basically, well, I mean, if you, I won't bring up the fact, but yeah, if you do 388, 389, and 390 all together, it probably comes out better. Again, given how short those 3 chapters are, yeah. But
in many ways, it does feel like Koei is doing like a monthly manga's chapters paced and split them into 3 weeks.
That's probably true, because most monthlies are for like 40 pages.
Yeah.
Sometimes longer.
Which on one hand, I don't necessarily mind if My Hero Academia became a monthly manga, though I will admit, if you're going to do like the pacing of one, you might as well just do it in monthly. But yeah, but I'll just say one thing I do like is just seeing like everyone sort of like praying like this is an actual explosion, like this is the end of the world kind of thing. Probably what I assume that many people probably did during the Cold War whenever you had like a Red Scare or a threat of nuclear annihilation. Something similar like that, which I think is quite interesting, which I think Japan, having experienced like, nuclear blasts, probably have very strong feelings about that. But yeah. But
sure thing, Blue, sure thing.
But yeah, but I will say I do like the sort of like jet design that that Todoroki has given to Ida. So it's like to show that Ida's going so fast that he's as fast as a fighter jet. But yeah, anyway, like you said, probably best to review them both together. So I'll get to like 390, the Shoto Todoroki Rising chapter. So yeah. Well, we pretty much see Ida's leggings starting to fall apart, saying this is how far he can take him. As, let's see, Shoto uses the Flash Fire Fist for Saurus to then speed the rest of the way there.
Yeah.
We have like one of the police guys saying that they've literally gone as fast as a transonic speed fighter jet.
Yeah. Way to plan ahead there with that comparison. Almost as if you knew someone had said something like that. It's also why I didn't comment when you said it.
but pretty much Shoto's just using the ice to just cool down while they keep going up. As I think All Might's best friend from the police force, Tasakaki, I always forget his name.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's just realizing that what All Might said earlier about needing the engine and half hot and half cold. Let's see. As the police guy thinks that All Might has been one hell of a teacher, arguably for putting his faith in his students and arguably possibly helping them wherever he did in teaching. But yeah, but you pretty much have now Ida no longer able to run as he's now collapsed on the floor, but he thanks Todoroki that he's become who he's meant to be after this. So he now tells him to go over there and make it happen for him as well. As Shoto thinks Dear Mom about how he wants to tell his mom, really thinking about the letters he sent to his mom about how he's been keeping up with his class and the daily activities, how he's had conflict with some of the others, but he's managed to get a much better understanding with his classmates, and now he has friends who care about him, friends that care about him and all that stuff, and how they can, get mad at each other, shed tears with each other, laugh and all that stuff. Let's see. And he wants that to be probably with the rest of the family. As you see, the mall starting to pay attention to Shoto as he starts to arrive. Let's see. And thinks how about everything right now is flipping everything is flipped upside down from where it was before, and let's see.
Pretty sure this is Toya's.
Yeah, and probably Toya just thinking and all that stuff, but yeah. But I think it seems Shoto might be thinking if only he had butted heads sooner with Toya, perhaps he could have stopped this and just had arguments and just they could have been proper brothers. As it seems like Darby's just trying to do one last bit of it out of his big explosion, while Shoto uses the Great Glacier Algia, let's see, ice attack to sort of combat the explosion. As well, you pretty much see it blowing up. As you see everyone witnessing it, and the kids from Toya, from the Remedy course thing, just smiling, realizing that probably Shoto has probably stopped, has just done the thing they need to do to stop Toya's explosion. And as the Derberus Suitsi is covered, Shoto says about how the whole family is here. Thinking that, well, that might not be an ideal thing. It was probably for the best, as his ice attack alone wouldn't be enough to, stop Darby's flames. As he realizes that Darby's fire just gets better and better since the last bout. With, I think, Fumi just trying to check on Shoto. As he realizes, Shoto says, what, turns out if your flames are stronger and all that stuff, seems like I might not actually be the so-called masterpiece that you or you or their father has thought them to be and all that stuff. So, yeah. But Darby is just full of too much rage, just demanding that they all just die and all that stuff. But, let's see. With Natsu then just about realizing what's going on with Darby being frozen from the inside, just asking what will now happen since, let's see, what's going to happen now is it's going to be pure hell for them and all that stuff. But Endeavor starts crawling towards his son, saying how he's sorry. Let's see, apologizing for never going to, Seiko Peak like he should have and all that stuff in time. But, Darby's just going I hate you all and all that stuff. But Endeavor just wants him just to let it all out. Apologizes to Rei for just pushing her to the breaking point. Apologizing to Fumi for leaving her to pick up the pieces of their broken family. Sorry for neglecting Natsu. And just saying to Shoto how he's just sorry. As the chapter ends, back where we're cutting to Toga thinking to what Darby said about let's smile, Himiko Toga. Let's see, as smiling as well as we live our lives, as Toga's probably realized that, judging from her tears, that Darby has probably been defeated and maybe dying, wondering if he had managed to smile in the end. But let's see, as we see Uraraka is being piled by a bunch of clones of the Toga Twices, but she's looking at what I'm guessing is actually the real Toga and all that stuff, determined to take her down once and for all, ending this chapter. So, that's the summary of both chapters. What do you make of them, Mangareader?
What do I make of these chapters? Well, he definitely tried to speed through this, feels like.
Yeah, I will admit. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I'm more surprised that it kind of ended up being exactly. I don't know if I predicted it out loud, but I feel like, well, this is about as predictable as it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I mean, You were going to say something about it, though.
Yeah, I will admit, on one hand, I do like the fact that Ida is now as fast as a plane and all that stuff. But on the one hand, I will admit, I feel like that's a quite impressive feat in itself, but I am a little disappointed that we never got to see Ida in a sort of speed fight or something. It could have been a Nomu, it could have been we'd see this fight against Darby, it could have been against Splinter, it could have been against just some random villains. I just kind of disappointed that we never got to see him going with the speed with this fight. I mean, granted, he seems to, from the previous chapters ago, he seems to have gotten the acknowledgement of Stain, which, okay, that bit was resolved, even though it was never face-to-face, because it seems like Stain is going to go where All Might versus All For One is.
Yeah.
But, But I guess it just goes to show, but it does kind of feel like it's a bit of a tragedy for that what appeared Ida, who would seem to be like one of the major characters at the beginning of the series, whose role seems to be reduced as just mostly this only really got this one support speed moment, which is a cool moment, but I don't know. I guess I just wanted more of being a personal fan of Ida.
Did you? Well, too bad.
You're making me forced to accept the harsh realities.
You get what you get, man. You get what you get. There's too many speedsters in these days. This day and age, Ida's probably one of the more boring ones, just because of how his speed quirk works. So.
Yeah, he will be regarded as probably the weakest speedster and let's see, less interesting speeder in pop culture.
I mean, I think Deku outclasses him in terms of speed too.
Fair enough. I mean, let's see, it's probably why you probably have, let's see, either Sonic or Flash as the most popular speedsters in pop culture.
I think Flash outdoes Sonic in terms of popularity. Pretty sure that's the case, but
oh no, it was probably. I mean, granted, I mean Sonic.
Flash been around for like the 40s, dude.
Yeah, he's been around. Yes, yes, Flash. Depending on which Flash you're talking, they've been around since the golden age.
It started with Jay Garrick, yeah, but
yeah, but yeah, but fair enough. You make a good point there, Mangareader. But yeah. So besides, on one hand, some cool moments with Ida. I do like how. Let's see. I do sort of like how Ida's tied back to Shoto with like how he's helped him become the hero he was meant to be, as Shoto was there for that one of those, for arguably Ida's biggest defining character moment in the Stain battle. So I like that.
Ever since the school festival arc, it seems like Shoto and Todoroki have been kind of paired together.
Yeah, I think even in the second movie you had them fighting the same bad guy, that Kamara dude.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he was around. Yes, he was. Yep.
Yeah. And mostly being a support for like Shoto, but still.
Right.
Well, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I do like how let's see, I do like sort of like how we actually get as Shoto's running towards his brother, thinking back to the letters he did give to his like mother, thinking about like talking about all the friends he's made and all that stuff he wants to do.
Yeah, Todoroki's had some pretty good character development over the years.
Yeah. Arguably, he's probably been one of the most entertaining characters to follow throughout the series. I mean, to be fair, the Todoroki family drama has arguably been what I think has been the most interesting plot line to follow from My Hero Academia, outside of maybe the one for all for one conflict.
I'd say probably the number one conflict is still Bakugo and Deku, but
fair enough.
That's always the most talked about, especially. But
yeah,
second to that is definitely Todoroki's family history. So I'm sure everyone is so thrilled that Endeavor is apologizing for like the 5th time now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, Bear, we know you're sorry. We get it.
I guess, let's see, on one hand, it's a bit repetitive, but I think now that, let's see, Darby has been finally taken down, he's able to finally say it to him and all that stuff, and probably what he should have said a long time ago.
Well, he seemed to have actually a lot more, care for Toya. Till he didn't, but it's just, he pushed him. Yeah, his drive was what pushed Toya to keep trying to get better, or hotter flames without giving a shit about his body, but,
Yeah, and just to actually get him to notice him and all that stuff.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I think I'm hoping this is the conclusion to all this.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain there's not much more you can do. I mean, you've had the Shoto versus Toya fight. You had Shoto win, and then Darby was still alive. But let's see. But that's because Kari wanted to do one last big event with him, and that was Toya just causing a big explosion that had to get the entire family to try and cool him down, and all of them getting to say what they wanted to say to him for a very long time.
Right.
Let's see, but yeah, which you might recall from the fact that before this stream I did my previous attempt reviewing these chapters where I accidentally did 388, so that was a little bit of a refresher.
Refresher course.
Yeah.
No one will know though because we got rid of that stream.
Yes, no one will know except for this bit of conversation here, but yeah, that will be deleted when I get the chance to. But yeah.
You're gonna delete this conversation?
Well, not this conversation. The previous
the
one.
Other. Oh yeah.
I am not deleting this one after 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would hope not. But all things foretold. I knew it had to end with Shoto doing his stupid glacier bomb thing, but just it's kind of funny that he like completely turned an explosion into more or less a giant ice ball.
Yeah, that is impressive though. Granted, he does comment that
I know he said he couldn't have done it without the family being there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which I do
Endeavor was probably absorbing the heat. Ray was probably trying to cool it down. I don't know what his siblings have. I think they have ice powers.
Yeah, they have ice powers similar to like Ray.
Yeah.
Which is why Endeavor never really paid too much attention to them.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I do like how it's the Shelter just talks about how they work together, which is what they said they were going to do when they had that hospital meeting after the Paramount War. So I'm glad that was actually resolved. Which is probably why the Shelter and Darby fight at the beginning of this war arc wasn't of it. So yeah.
Yeah, eventually it wasn't going to happen because you needed Endeavor to still be around to do some Darby things. So yep,
and
it is what it is.
So yeah. So, but I do like how Shoto just acknowledges that. Let's see. Okay, if your flames are stronger than my ice, then it was clear that was not like this perfect. Let's see, air that you or their father, fought about. So, yeah, I do like he has that acknowledgement at least. But yeah,
well, Shoto's power isn't just all ice or all fire. It's the ability to co-mix both of them.
Yeah, the half.
So his flames aren't going to be obviously as hot as his. I don't even know if his flames are as hot as Endeavor's, but yeah, his whole shtick was supposed to be that he can use extensive heat without overheating, and he can use extensive cold without basically freezing to death. So he's supposed to be the perfect balance of two powers that have quite a set of weaknesses. So Shoto might be literally the only character in this whole series that doesn't have at least a weakness in terms of his quirk. If you disregard All for One does have a weakness, and One for All has a weakness. So yeah.
Well, I think there is a limit. I think that one weakness to half hold and half caught is that you can only use one or the other bit so many times before you need to cool it down or warm up, I'd say.
Right, but that essentially that's still not a weakness because he covers for the problem that each of the abilities have. So you see him use the flame if he overuses his ice. Even back when he was, against using the flame, he would use the flame to at least warm up.
I guess
you just wouldn't use it in battle.
That's it. I guess the only weakness this quirk has is that let's see if there's a fire user that's stronger than him, which I guess that's why Dabby exists. But yeah,
right. Well, he's his older brother, so it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just a little quick note. I do like how the police guy does acknowledge how well All Might has helped to raise the next generation of heroes. But getting back to the Derby drama. I do like how, despite even though he's being defeated, he's still cursing and hating his family. It's like, let's see, it's like, don't think this changes anything just because you beat me.
I want to say it's just basically how Bakugo communicates with each other, with people.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to admit it is all. So he's just keeping his lines going. But I don't even know if he's still alive. I don't know if he's just whatever. It don't matter. If he's somehow still alive, I'm shocked. If he's somehow still alive, I'm shocked.
Yeah, it would be surprising if he survives, though. I'm not sure if Natsu's words implying that. Let's see how
from the inside.
Well, yeah, him freezing from the inside means that he's going to die soon, or if it's just stopped him from burning. But he says that regardless what happens, it's that pure hell is what's going to await them. So I don't know if that means that. Let's see, Derby is going to die, or he's going to survive, and then they're just going to end up dealing with whatever fallout's going to be afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were already doomed, and they knew it from the start. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think at this point, Derby should probably be dead.
He should be. I mean, I did notice that they somehow gave him his eyeballs back. If ever so briefly, if you're looking at from the angle that Endeavor's looking at him from.
Yeah.
But I want to keep this going because we're now just padding time. There's only so much you can talk about 22 pages.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get to that in a bit, but yeah. Now, let's see. Did the previous panels imply that Derby actually had his eyes burnt out? I couldn't tell.
Not really. It's just that you never really saw eyes. They just made him look like a walking corpse. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think that he still probably had his eyes because he saw that Endeavor and the rest of them were now seeing him in the last chapter. So could be, or it was just whatever.
But yeah,
maybe his eyes went into his skull or some shit like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just looked like he was a walking corpse. That he was burning up every part of his body to explode. So.
Mm-hmm. But as we'll probably just get to like the wrapping up for the chapter thing, there's just one last thing to talk about, and it's the last page in which
I knew you were going to go there, and I knew we needed to talk about it. So yeah.
It seems, from what seems to be implying, it seems Toga has probably realized that Toya has been defeated and possibly might be dead because I think she's crying. So yeah, she's probably realized that now. Let's see, she's probably going to be alone left, even though Derby probably never truly actually cared for Toga and was just using her and Twice for his own ends, from what we saw from the Paranormal Liberation War when he was talking to Hawks. But I do think, at least on Toga's side, he did value Derby as a comrade. So yeah. So she's probably just let's see. So I'm just curious to see how this will affect her, since Twice's death made her go on a bloody rampage. But yeah, but it seems that let's see. I'm hoping that this cliffhanger bit of the chapter implies that now that the Todoroki family drama seems to be finally resolved, we're finally going to get into like the Uraraka versus Toga conflict and finally see that play out and get a resolution as well, which would be nice.
It'd be an awful trolley move if he went back to something else entirely.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't judge it past him, because remember when All Might was about to confront All for One with his new seeming like Iron Man armor car suit thing, or whatever that tech thing suit was going to do. Right. And then cut back to this family drama stuff.
Yep.
So I could see it, but it's like, okay, I feel like Koei, you have dragged this on long enough. People have been waiting ages to see this with Uraraka, since this was literally the only thing you were giving her. Please actually show it.
You're the one that wants it the most.
Yeah, at least get something out of Uraraka's character.
You're the one that wanted it the most.
I mean, but yeah. Now, arguably, granted, there'll probably be like only 1 or 2 chapters, but yeah.
You'll get half a chapter and you'll love it.
I'll love it, but also hate it at the same time.
Because it's going to go to Uraraka and then it's going to go back to Deku.
I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy seeing Deku versus
Shigaraki,
but it's like I do want to at least see this. I want to see this fight first.
Hey, they've been staring each other down just like Bakugo's still been dead this whole time.
Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, granted, now that we're on like the 390th chapter, many people are starting to wonder if perhaps Koei is going to try and wrap everything up in the 400th chapter mark. I gotta ask you, Mangareader, with 10 chapters left to go from there, can you see that happening?
I mean, I could see anything ever happening, but he would have. I mean, he could rush it. I could care less. I mean, it would suck, but he could do it.
Yeah, he could, and I would probably be very disappointed if that was the case. But I am hoping that he's not just going to end it on the 400 mark just for the sake of ending it on the 400th mark. I mean, we see what happens.
I can't see 450 at this point.
No.
I mean, it would have to be like, it would have to be basically an epilogue of sorts to make it to 450.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you'd see or some sort of new arc where you see UA students 1 year after the events and doing a sports festival or something like that, and you'd have Bakugo and Itzy Midoriya have one last bout. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if Koei ends up doing something like that, but
it could end at 420.
But yeah, I'd say something like 420 is probably more likely. But yeah,
that would be hilarious if it ended at 420.
But at the moment, I definitely say we have at least, from what I can recall, 3 fights left to deal with. Toga versus Uraraka. Let's see, and we'll see whether or not Uraraka is able to save her like she wants to. All Might versus All for One, with arguably Stain coming along. We'll see how and whether or not All Might is either going to be successful at keeping All for One from reaching Shigaraki in time before he completely erased from existence, or will All for One finally kill All Might? And then, of course, Midoriya versus Shigaraki, which may or may not have Bakugo coming in to assist, I believe, since he's being revived by the number 4 hero, I believe.
Yeah, the red guy.
Yeah, Edge Shot, I think it is.
Yeah, it's Edge Shot. But, yeah, I mean, Bakugo's going to definitely have to be in play. I don't know what type of power-up he's suddenly going to now get because of that, but he's going to get something.
Yeah.
Unless it's the stupid, I would hate if it's the redux of Heroes Rising. I would hate if it's Heroes Rising Part 2.
Let's see. From what I understand, that was initially what Koei was originally going to do, but I think since he did it for the movie, he's not going to do it now.
I mean, he could still do it, but I don't know why he would do it, because we just saw it. I mean, yeah, that was supposed to be... He wasn't even supposed to have 2 extra movies. I think he only wanted the 1 movie, and then he made the second movie, and he's like, yeah, that's it. And the 3rd movie came out, so it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, and so we got a trilogy of movies. Whether or not we get any more, who knows? My guess, if we do, we'll probably get some until after My Hero Academia's end. I guess that's more of a discussion for its own thing. So anyway, Margarita, with all these chapters about the family drama, how would you score this?
There's really only 2 chapters today. I mean, now you're going into the territory of Lucky Cheese arc series at that point. If you were going to say all these chapters, but these 2 chapters, I don't know. Obviously, separately, as we were saying, it probably would have been maybe 5 and 6. This one, first one would have been like 5, just because nothing happened. There's some cool stuff, but beyond that, and then the second one would have been a 6. But when you put them all together, I don't know. It's probably a good enough 8.
Yeah, I'd say.
Out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say they would be a solid 8 together. I mean, the chapter 390 is nearly good on its own, but I'd definitely say it definitely needs the contents of like
389
to make it like whole and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean so yeah,
that's the problem with short chapters.
Yeah. I mean, not saying that short chapters are a good thing. I mean, let's see. I believe perhaps maybe like a very good lore info dump one could be like telling like an epic tale, could be very fascinating to listen to. But that's not what we're getting here with My Academia. So yeah. But yeah. So with a solid 8, let's see. The Todoroki family drama seems to have been concluded at least on a decent note. Granted, there'll probably be a few more bits to address in the aftermath, where we'll find out whether or not Darby has survived his wounds here, and we'll see what happens to the Todoroki family now that conflict's been resolved, and whether or not Endeavor can actually now be trying to take some sort of part in the rest of his family's lives, or let's see if the public will somewhat mellow down on their resentment to him, but we'll have to wait and see. I doubt that Endeavor will ever be fully redeemed in the public's eye for what he's done, but we'll just have to wait and see how the public will treat him afterwards. But yeah,
right.
Which will be a very interesting My Hero Academia discussion video, but I'll probably wait until the series is actually concluded first.
Most likely.
Which is very looking likely to be this year.
Could absolutely see that happening.
So yeah. So anyway, Margarita, thank you for joining me in today's stream. And for those who end up listening, I hope you liked what me and Margarita had to say. And it seems the birds are singing where Margarita is, so I think it's time for us to wrap up and go.
Chirpy chirp chirp.
So yeah. I am Blue Star Saber.
I'm Mangareader.
And we are now signing off. Plus Ultra, everyone.
Plus Ultra, guys.
And with that, goodbye.